Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Hook One. We're here in the shop. It's Captain Pete here, and we got another segment of shop talk for you. Hey, we're going to talk about how to improve your success, your catch rate when you're out vertical jigging walleyes. There's going to be one small little tool, one little piece of tackle that might prove all the difference to really helping you out. So right here, I got a regular, basically like our rig for vertical jigging. This is a 3/4 ounce walleye style head, painted right here in the shop. And this is a 4-inch Lunker City Finesse. This is probably the most popular jigging bait, I would say, around our area, at least. Detroit River, Lake St. Clair River, Saginaw River. There's a lot of great companies, a ton of great companies that have some great options for plastics and fluke tails. We're going to touch on those in a totally separate segment that we're going to talk specifically on the baits. But anyway, a 4-inch fluke tail is what you want to use. Basically this rig right here. But if you notice, you've got a lot of bait, probably 2.5 inches of bait away from the hook. So a lot of you guys might realize when you're out there vertical jigging and you're getting a lot of short strikes and you're having a hard time connecting. That's where the stinger hook comes in. You'll notice that there's a few different types of stinger hooks. We have one here from Northland Tackle. These were popular back in the good old days, they'd say. But these ones here, you can tell they hook up right around the eyelid here. So there's this option of stinger hook. You'd hook this up right here, let it drop down, and it would hang down right towards the hook. So that's one option. Another option is where you'll see these little clips. You'll notice that some of these might be dipped in plastic. So all you do is take this piece that's dipped in plastic, pop it right over the hook, and you're good to go. It'll dangle down towards the tail. That's exactly what you're looking for. Now, the problem that I find with plastic or that rubber is that once you poke a hole in it, you're going to wear it loose. So after 2-3 times, that basically becomes useless. You can clip the lead off of that stinger, retie on that treble, and make a new stinger. But what's the fun in that? So here at the shop, we tie up our favorite little guy here, and this is our little stinger hook. So this is a 2-inch stinger hook. 2-inch stinger hook is designed to go over the hook here. Let's see if we can get that in there. Goes over the hook here, pull it down tight. Sits right at the base of the tail. It's for all the anglers that like to take this hook. See if I can do it here without stabbing myself. They like to take this stinger hook and put it right in the tail. Sits there and dangles at the tail. That way, if any fish comes to short strike it, you're going to catch that fish, even if it takes a little bite of the tail. Now, guys will run it in the tail so it doesn't have the stinger hook flopping around, and this works out just fine. You can still see that the action of the bait is fine, and you're still going to catch a ton of fish doing that. So that's our 2-inch. We also make a 2.5-inch. We don't go much longer than 2.5-inch because it's illegal to catch snagged fish. So if you're out there snagging fish and they're coming up by their butthole, you better throw them back. We want to catch them legally. So the 2.5-inch stinger, same deal. These are all on a little slip knot here. It's going to go over the hook. It's going to pull tight. This one you're going to notice is going to hang just past the tail. Let's see here. You see that? I know you can. So this one's going to hang just past the tail. I typically prefer these ones to hang just past the tail. If you talk to Captain Louie, he's going to tell you to run the 2 inches and put them in the tail. That's just everybody's difference of opinion. You ask 100 people, you're going to get 101 answers. Personally, I like running the 2.5-inch. I like that it dangles a little bit past the tail, and I like to let it free fall or free hang, I guess. Because what I like to do when a walleye comes in to feed, a lot of the times that fish will inhale the water. It'll take a big breath as it goes to feed. And so as that fish takes that breath, if you got a jig coming up like this, you hope that maybe just the hook gets caught. And I can't tell you how many fish we catch right in the snoot, right in the front of their lips. So this stinger hook is absolutely an absolute must in early spring. Now, as you roll into summer, it's just going to be an extra hook hanging off the back of your bait. So you'll want to be really careful in the summer months. You'll start catching a lot of snags. You'll start catching a lot of the weeds that are hanging off the bottom, even if it's just a little perch grass. So as summer goes on, we just recommend using a smaller bait, maybe a 3-inch bait, or just cutting this bait down so there's not as much hanging off. But guys, when it's in the early spring, there's a ton of walleye in the system. You're running these 4-inch baits. Get a stinger hook. I highly suggest Northland makes them with braided line on the slip knot. There's a lot of other bait shops out there that use them with the slip knot, or they'll use a sinker or a bobber stop, and it'll be a little rubber bead that'll just go right over top here and it'll hold it onto the hook. Any way you cut it, any way you do it, guys, get out, get some stinger hooks. You're going to want to try those, especially as we're creeping up towards the fall and that fall run. As temperatures start to fall, those fish are going to start getting sluggish. Especially as we get into October and closer into November, you're going to start running into a lot of those short strikes again. So come on in, check them out. Head over to our website. Our online website is live. You can go check that out, guys. We've got all the custom cranks. We've got our stinger hooks on here. We've got our jigs on there as well. But whether you're using our store, you're using another store, supporting your local bait shop, get out there, grab some stinger hooks. You can even tie them up yourself. They're not super difficult. But definitely get on those. I really think they're going to increase your success, and that's what we want to do here. We want to help you guys put more fish in the live well. So take this little tip on stinger hooks, use it for what it is, use it for what it's worth, and good luck out there, guys, at Tight Lines.